guys? Welcome back to the channel. As you guys may know, evidently from the name below, my name is Chike Onya, and this is my channel. I just talk about charts. I try to spread as much knowledge as possible. So please stay tuned in. I'm gonna spread some very valuable information today. But before I do that, the first thing you need to do is subscribe. Hit the subscribe button right now. It's just staring you in the face, and it's yo, please hit me. You know what I'm saying? So why would you not hit the subscribe button? It's what it's for. It's so that you can hit. It's why it's there, my guy. So if you could just do that for me right now, that'll be beautiful. Also below, I have a link that leads to my trading chat. In there, we have almost 200 members. We have about 170, trying to get to 200 members. Completely free of charge. What we did is we created a community where people are sharing their trading ideas every day. When you trade, you cannot trade alone. No matter how much of a good trader you are, you won't see everything. So that's why you need many eyes on the chart. You need people to point out things that you didn't see. And so you also need mentors in the group chat, people who are going to be guiding you along the process, right? It's also where you're going to be able to see the links to my weekly webinars, right? Weekly webinars that you could attend, right? Every week. Imagine getting to talk to me one-on-one, right? Well, not one-on-one, multiple people on one, because it's other people inside the webinars, but you get to ask personal questions to me about trading. Isn't that awesome? So please hit the subscribe button and join the chat below. Let's grow, man, as a team. Today I'm going to be talking about how to determine daily bias. That's one of the biggest questions I get. When you're trying to do an OTE trade, or you're trying to make a smart money trade, a lot of people don't understand how to be able to analyze a chart from a longer term perspective to make sure that you're trading within the longer term price action. Now, here's why that's so important. Longer terms price action trumps short-term price action. Sometimes you'll see a perfect smart money trade, but it's not in tune with what could happen in the long term, because the long term has higher price swings, more volume, and it'll always trump whatever you think is probably going to happen in the short term. So you want as much confluence as possible. Think about it this way. Short term is low probability, long term high probability. You want high probability trades. You want trades that are going to, in the long run, win you more over time. Also, in the long run, right, or in the longer term time frames, you have big movements, which is why if you catch it on a shorter term time frame, but it's in confluence of long term movement, you can get a very long trade, 100 pips, 200 pips. Those are the trades that we look for, right? If we're doing smart money OTE, it's also good to understand what's happening on a daily basis or on a daily bias, so that you can trade alongside that. Some people wonder, it looks so perfect, but if you zoomed out a little bit, you would have seen an institutional candle somewhere. You would have seen an order block somewhere. And I know that happens to a lot of people, happens to me too. And I just look, damn, if I had just seen that, I wouldn't have made that trade. I wouldn't have lost that money. All right. So one of the first things I like to do is just look at what is the trend. Is it bullish or is it bearish in the longer term, right? If it's bullish, I'm looking for buys. If it's bearish, I'm looking for shorts. It's that simple. And what do I mean by bullish? I have a great video that really details exactly what this looks like, and it's in my videos. It's called How to Trade with Smart Money Concepts, Accumulation and Distribution. In there, I talk a lot about structure. You want a bullish structure, that means you're going to buy in the long run. Short-term structure, bearish structure, then that means you're going to be going bearish in the long run. And also, whatever you're doing in the long run, you should be trying to do that in the short run too. So what does that mean briefly? Bullish structure looks like this. What is this? This is what we call a high. This is a low. This is a higher high compared to this high. This is a higher low compared to this low. Higher high compared to this high. Higher low compared to this low. So what do you think is going to happen next after you have this higher high? Probably going to make a higher low. And this is where you want to buy, because what we call this is a discounted pricing. Right now, we're at a premium. It's too expensive. Wait for it to fall a little bit. Rebuy. That's why we have Fibonacci, Fib retracements. Right? If it's in a higher low, higher high fashion, you know it's probably not going to take out this low. But how far down am I going to go before I enter? Well, when it hits this level, 0.62, or it hits 0.705 or 0.79. Great areas to get your trade off of. Now that's bullish structure. Hopefully that makes sense. Bear structure, complete opposite. Right? This is really ugly. Sorry. I'm not an artist, I'm a trader. You got to deal with it. Right? So this is a high, low, lower high, lower low compared to this low, lower high compared to this low, lower low compared to this low, lower high compared to this high, lower low compared to this low. Very simple. That's bearish structure. What do? Draw your fib, top to bottom. Wait for it to come into 0.62 level. Trade. Why do I say this? Higher time frame, I love to look at structure. What do we have here? Okay, low, high, higher low compared to this low, higher high compared to this high, higher low compared to this low, higher high compared to this high. And right now, guess what's going to happen next? We might create a higher low. So that is what we now call a risk. Okay, we are in big risk, probably because we're in a very, very premium price right now. What are we seeing? This is what we will call distribution. You should go back. If you don't know what distribution is, go and watch that video I talked about how to trade Forex, smart money concept, accumulation and distribution. Right? This is distribution. This sideways consolidation, up and down. A bunch of buyers and sellers confused because we're in a premium price. Should they keep buying or should they sell it off until it comes into a more discounted area where they can buy again? We're distributing. So it looks like very soon this currency is probably going to fall. That's my guess. However, does that mean I'm going to be looking for shorts? Not necessarily, right? With this situation, it's kind of tricky because we're still bullish. So I wouldn't necessarily be looking for shorts until I see something that is incredibly convincing that we could be going short. I'm still probably going to be looking for buys, but maybe not long-term buys. Maybe a short scalp, right? When you're looking in the long run, you have to think about, your analysis has to make sense. So because we're in a distributing stage right here, and I'm probably going to do more videos and give you more examples, because this thing is not just it's not just one time and it ends it all. It's definitely a much longer process, right? You have to go through several examples, back test over and over again, so that you can really become a master at understanding daily bias, right? So right now we're in a distribution phase. We could have risk of falling, but I'm a big fan of dollar weakness over the next couple months, and several reasons I've discussed in a couple past videos. You can, even the last video I posted, it's discussed in there, and the one before that, go watch those. I will not be going over that again, but I'm a big fan of dollar weakness. I mean, briefly, you can see dollar has been really weak during COVID, and so I wouldn't personally be a big fan of buying the dollar, right? And in this sense, Euro USD, because USD is on the right hand side of this pair, it means as this currency falls, dollar is strengthening. Or in other words, if we're shorting this pair, we're really buying the dollar. That's what that means if it's falling, right? I wouldn't be doing that right now. I'm trying to be net short the dollar or long on Euro USD. That makes sense. Okay? So, daily bias. We've kind of had an understanding of what could happen. So because we have risk of falling down, I believe that I'm not going to be looking for very long-term buys. We're still in a very bullish action, and so I might still be looking for buys, and I want these buys to be shorter term because I'm not sure how much longer this currency pair can really go up, right? Now we're going to go into the 4-hour. Now here's the thing, in OTE, people really think that, you know, you can just go from daily and then go straight to 5-minute. I personally don't like to do that. I like to mix my OTE with a little bit of smart money, right? Where are the equal highs and lows? Where's the liquidity that could be taken out, right? Let me clean this up for you guys. This is pretty ugly. Yikes. Okay. Let me clean this up too. Okay. All right. So where are the equal highs? Where are the equal lows? A few pointers here. We had these equal highs right here, quickly got grabbed out by this one shoot, right? What happened here is that buy stops, right? Sorry, not buy stops. Yeah, buy stops were triggered, causing buyers to come into the market, because when you have equal highs like this, people believe that this is an area of resistance, and when it breaks past that resistance, it's probably going to keep going up. So buyers come in the market, but big banks come, take that liquidity, because if someone is going to sell to you, or if you want to sell to someone, someone has to buy it, right? Or if you want to buy from someone, someone has to sell it to you. So banks need people on the opposite end, right? So buy stops, people who placed buy stops, or people who came to start buying, allowed the banks to sell to them in a higher volume, pushed price down, right? Pretty quickly. Now we had equal lows here, 1, 2, taken out, right? You got to analyze this chart, analyze it from step by step. Taken out right here. See that? This candle right here took out these equal lows. Then we shot up. We created equal highs, 1, 2. That was grabbed, shot down. What did we do? Created equal lows. Created equal lows, range a little bit, took that out, shooting up. You're seeing smart money live action, right? Took that out, headed opposite direction. Now come and see, what did this candle do? This candle came into this candle, right? It came into this bearish action that took out these equal lows. What do we call that? A mitigation. So what does that mean? In the daily, I'm bullish. We've been moving up. In the 4-hour, we just took out these equal lows. What are we? Bullish. So if anything, I'm not going to be looking to sell. I'm probably going to draw my fib from here all the way to here, so that we can come back into this candle somewhere. Maybe get it off the 62 level. Or I could go and zoom in, probably get it from the open of this candle. Seems like the last bearish candle that really took out this liquidity. So right here, what am I going to do? I'm going to draw my horizontal ray of identification and have it come in and mitigate that. Mitigate those orders. And that will rise. Where am I targeting? I have to have a target. Like I said, I don't know how far it's going to go. I don't think it's going to keep shooting up for much longer, but I think I can get a short-term scalp. So we come in here, mitigate that. Where's my next target? I'm going to delete that, sorry. Well, look at this candle. This bullish candle took out its equal highs. And we have an imbalance right here. Imbalances need to get filled eventually. Price needs to come back and visit this area. So what do I see? Foresee happening? I have this trend line right here. I'd like to see price maybe go up a little higher, come back down gradually, rise, and come and mitigate this area from over here, right? But you see how I did a longer term analysis. The reason why I'm doing that is so that if I tomorrow morning wake up between OTE and I see an opportunity for me to buy, right? I go all the way down, I just check the other time frame, see what's going on. Looks relatively the same, right? I like to check the 1 hour too, just in case we see any order blocks or any institutional candles, maybe on a shorter time frame. Go to 45 minute, go to 30, go to 15. Now everything's looking pretty regular, right? And let's say, sorry about that. Let's say it's 8 a.m. tomorrow over here, 8:30, and we get that perfect movement all the way down here. This would be a nice OTE, right? Come in here and go off. And that's how, for Euro USD, at least in this case, I would determine a daily bias. I'd like to use smart money moves in combination with some of the ICT stuff that can help me determine what's going to be happening in the long run. Also, I like to use structure, distribution, accumulation, right? Accumulation is basically just this, right? But in a discounted area, in a much lower area. Accumulation, if we're accumulating, I'm probably going to be looking for buys, right? Especially because, well, in this instance, really, we were actually very bearish. So I probably wouldn't have been looking for buys until we got that confirmation to go up. This is in this area I'll be looking for buys. Longer term, what's happening? See what I'm saying? So hopefully this helps. Thank you for tuning in. Like I said, please look below. Please look below. Join the chat. We want you a part of the Chike Onya family. There's a lot of valuable information there. Also, quick caveat, I've been getting really good at trading options, and I think I'm going to be starting my own options signal group very soon. So get hyped. I'd really like to see a lot of you guys, sign up for that. We're not just only taking over the Forex market, we're taking over all the assets. So guys, come on, hop on the Chike train. That's a new one, Chike train. Okay. And hop on the train, join the group, and subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. All right. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful, beautiful trading session.